This is Tiffiny Carlson. You may or may not know who I am, but that doesn't really matter. I am the founder and owner of beautyability.com. I am the writer of the SCI Life column in New Mobility magazine, and I'm also a freelance writer for Disavoom.com, Kids on Wheels magazine, and the United Spinals Action magazine. And I recently had an article published in Playgirl magazine. And I also do a podcast every week for xable.com, a podcast strictly for women with disabilities, and it's called No Free Rides, and you can find it on xable, all one word, .com. So, with all of that said, I'm 28. I have a spinal cord injury. I broke my neck when I was 14 in a diving accident. I'm a C5-6 incomplete quadriplegic, and I live in Minneapolis. So, with all that said, I'm making this video to share my wisdom. I've learned a lot of stuff along it'll be 15 years. It'll be the anniversary of my accident. The 15th anniversary will be this August, the 25th of August, 2008, about 3 in the afternoon. So it's kind of depressing. It doesn't really matter. That's besides the point. The video that I'm about to present to you, I've entitled The 10 Commandments of Life in a Wheelchair If You Have a Spinal Cord Injury. And they are as follows. Commandment number 1, your wheelchair is your best friend. Let's face it, who in the hell else would carry your ass around all day, right? So, no matter how much you hate the fact that you got to use a wheelchair, don't hate on the chair, right? It's just there to help you. And name it as well. You know, it'll break down less. Seriously, like, it's good luck. Like, mine is called Harriet, for example. Commandment number 2, being a wheelchair user will never get easier, or will you ever truly like it, no matter how many deluded crips or physical therapists or doctors may tell you. It sucks now, it'll suck tomorrow, and it will always suck. Accept this today and you will be happier. Just know this. Over time, you may get better at managing your life from your wheelchair, but there will never be one magical day where you don't want to walk again. Living is suffering, my friends. Deal with it. Commandment number 3. There will always be people who will stare at you. Get used to it. Commandment number 4. There will always be people who say or think ignorant things about you. Get used to it. And even better, think of some clever comebacks to have ready when these idiots say shit to you. For example, when they say, "What's wrong with you?" Kind of remarks. I prefer the quote, "Absolutely nothing. I'm just really lazy. What's wrong with you?" response. Commandment number 5. Gel-filled tires are also your friends. The same goes for on-call wheelchair repair businesses. Find one, put their number in your cell phone, and keep it close. Your wheelchair will break down on either a holiday or a weekend 99% of the time. I guarantee it. Commandment number 6. God doesn't hate you. God isn't testing you. The fact that you use a wheelchair is because of the, quote, gravity effect, my friends. That's it. It's not any more complicated. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. All right, commandment number 7. People will reject you because you use a wheelchair. Get used to it. But also, remember that they are totally unworthy of a badass like yourself. They can F off, right? That leads us into commandment number 8. The fact you can handle life 24/7 from a wheelchair makes you a top-tier member of the Badasses of the Universe Club. Wear that fact of what you've done and endured proudly, my friends. You are a warrior and should be duly respected as such. Commandment number 9. You are not damaged goods or less worthy because you use a wheelchair. Repeat this daily. It is true. And lastly, the last commandment, number 10. Please, please, please don't put your life on hold just because you can't walk anymore. It sucks, I know. Believe me, I know. But don't sit at home just looking out the window, pining for your able-bodied days. That's just pathetic, alright? So grow a set of balls and get out there and do what you would be doing if your injury had never happened. The cure will come to pass eventually. It really just is a matter of time. But life in itself is too short to put life is too short to put it on hold for any reason, whether or not you have a spinal cord injury or what. Don't put your life on hold. So, with that said, fare thee well, my fellow wheelchair users of the universe. Ride safely, and remember this: you would have been dead by now if your injury had happened before the 1940s. So, embrace the 21st century. Buy an iPod, whatever, and remember all of our comrades that have died before us. Feel lucky, because you are. Thanks for watching.